Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're going to master one single elegant piece of jewelry that can totally elevate any look, the Lavalier necklace. Let's break down how to wear this thing with total confidence. This quote really hits the nail on the head. It gets right to the heart of what makes a lavalier so special. See, it's not just some delicate accessory. It's a real statement piece. That whole idea of visual weight, it just means it's designed to be a focal point, which makes how you style it absolutely crucial. So before we even get into the styling part, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what we're actually working with. Because, a lavalier isn't just any old pendant necklace. Yeah, this style actually blew up way back in the Victorian and Edwardian eras, and you can totally see why. It's not just a random charm hanging off a chain. Nope, it's a completely composed piece, specifically structured to be a centerpiece that just gracefully pulls your eye downward. And this right here is the key distinction. Look, with a simple pendant, you can kind of just let it sit anywhere below your collarbone and it'll probably look fine. But a lavalier, its whole design is built around that deliberate vertical drop. And that means its placement isn't flexible at all. It has to be super precise. So, like I was saying, getting that placement perfect is, well, it's everything. This isn't about guesswork, right? It's about finding that exact sweet spot where the necklace was literally designed to sit. And here it is, the number one rule. You want to place the lavalier so the drop rests just below your collarbone. Doing that makes sure it's visible, it's framed perfectly, and it won't just disappear into the fabric of your shirt. It's such a simple little adjustment, but trust me, it makes all the difference. Of course, perfect placement starts with picking the right chain length. So, a 16-inch chain, that's usually great for more petite frames. Then you've got 18 inches, which is kind of the go-to, most versatile option for most people. It hits that sweet spot right below the collarbone. But if you're wearing something with a high neckline, you're going to want to go with a 20-inch chain or even longer, just to make sure the pendant clears the fabric. And the best part, it is so easy to figure this out at home. You totally don't need a jeweler. Just grab a soft measuring tape, wrap it around your neck, let it fall right where you want that pendant to sit, pinch it, and check the measurement. I'd add about ½ an inch just for comfort. Seriously, it's a 2-minute job for a perfect fit. All right, so once you've totally nailed the length, the next step is pairing it with the perfect neckline. And this is where you create a look that's really intentional and just flows together beautifully. Okay, first up, the V-neck. This is the lavalier's absolute best friend. And why is that? Well, it's because it perfectly mirrors the V shape of the necklace's drop. This creates this gorgeous continuous line for your eye to follow, and you get this natural symmetry that just looks so polished. It's a no-brainer, a totally foolproof pairing. A scoop neck is another fantastic choice. What it does is create this clean, open canvas, which gives the pendant all the space it needs to be the star of the show. There are no competing lines, nothing to distract from it. It's simple, it's elegant, and yeah, it just always works. Now, if we're talking about a wedding or a more formal event, a strapless or off-the-shoulder neckline is your absolute power move. It provides a completely unobstructed stage, allowing a beautiful pearl or diamond lavalier to truly command attention. And I know what you're thinking. What about a turtleneck or a crew neck? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. The only trick is you have to use that longer chain we talked about. The pendant needs to fall completely below the neckline. If it doesn't, it just looks kind of awkward, like a styling mistake. All right, so you've basically mastered the fundamentals now. Placement, pairings, you got it. So let's talk about how to adapt the lavalier for pretty much any event on your calendar. Really, this all comes down to adjusting the scale. So for your everyday wear or for the office, a smaller, more delicate drop is going to look professional and super chic. But for evening events, go for it. Bring in more sparkle, more drama, and pair it with gorgeous fabrics like silk that really play up its elegance. Now, a lot of people ask about layering, and here's the deal. Yes, you totally can, but, and this is a big but, it requires structure. You can't just throw on a bunch of necklaces and hope for the best. That just creates a cluttered mess that totally kills the whole elegant vibe of the lavalier. So here's how to do it the right way. First, keep your chains spaced out. Give them some breathing room. Second, make sure that upper chain is super simple, with no other pendant competing for the spotlight. And most importantly, remember that every other piece you wear should be there to support the lavalier as the main event, not fight with it for attention. Okay, and finally, to give your look that last little bit of polish, let's quickly run through the common styling mistakes. And the good news is they're super easy to avoid once you know what to look for. Think of this as your final mirror check before you walk out the door. Is the pendant landing weirdly on a neckline seam? Is it totally getting lost in a busy print? Are your earrings screaming for attention and competing with it? Just a quick little scan can make sure your beautiful necklace gets the spotlight it was meant to have. And really, this brings us right back to the main idea we started with. This isn't about a bunch of random, strict rules. It's about making your style look intentional. When you get those three things working together, the right length, clean placement, and a great neckline, the whole outfit just feels more elevated, more confident. So there you have it. You've got the stylist's toolkit now. You don't just know the how, you understand the why behind it all. So the only question left is, how are you going to take these principles and make this timeless, elegant style completely and uniquely your own?